Welcome to Email After Hours by SenderScore, powered by Validity.
We're your hosts. My name is Guy Hansen.
And I'm Danielle Gallant, and this is Email After Hours.
Hello, and welcome to Email After Hours. I'm your host, Guy Hansen, and today we're bringing you a very special episode featuring some of the greatest hits from our show so far. Email marketing is an ever-evolving channel, full of challenges, innovations, and opportunities. We've curated some of the most insightful snippets of expert advice from our past episodes to inspire and inform you about the intricate world of email marketing. We'll explore topics ranging from customer loyalty programs to email deliverability, from accessibility in email design to the impact of AI. We'll hear from experts who have navigated the complexities of email marketing, embraced new technologies, and shared their wisdom along the way. Whether you're a seasoned email marketer or just starting out, get ready for a wealth of knowledge to take your email campaigns to the next level. Let's dive into the world of Email After Hours. In our first segment, we revisit Joanna Morlock-Abassi and her great insights on the philosophy behind email unsubscribe options.
First and foremost, it's legally, we have to include the unsubscribe button. So everyone has to do it. We've been doing it for years, thanks to the collaboration with great people like Danielle, when I first started with working with her 5 years ago, etc. And we believe our philosophy is if they don't want to receive our emails, we want them to unsubscribe. And that's pure and simply, that's what it is. We feel like if they enjoy our products and come back and buy, we'll then market back to them through an email. And again, sometimes they go on to stay in our whole funnel and we market to them and send engaging, great, beautiful, curated content with these beautiful products. And if they're not interested, we're fine with them unsubscribing.
Jen Parton shares her expertise on utilizing email pre-headers effectively. She discusses the creative use of emojis and humor to engage recipients, noting how these elements make emails stand out in crowded inboxes. Jen's insights remind us of the power of small details in email design and content.
I don't think we did a lot of A/B testing specifically on the pre-header, but we definitely use it, like you said, as important real estate. As people are scrolling through the inbox, it continues that story of what's going on. We use a little bit of humor. We've used emojis. I think that is the biggest one that stands out to me as I was scrolling through my personal inbox or my, on my phone or whatever. I know some people have a love-hate relationship with emojis and maybe it's overused, but one brand that I definitely saw during the holidays that was slaying the emoji game was Wayfair. And they just have a lot of fun. I remember looking at my inbox one day and seeing red and green balls, across all the way across the pre-header. And I was like, oh, what is this? And I opened it, and then of course I stole it and used it in my own emails. I was like, oh, I didn't even know we had these red and green circles that we could use. And then I used, snowflakes, and for our clearance sale, blue and silver, So yeah, I think that is just a fun way to keep people engaged, not overuse it, but when it's important and you have something, it definitely makes it stand out.
Next up, Mike Knapp had some essential tips for improving email accessibility. He emphasizes the importance of proper HTML structure, appropriate use of heading tags, and setting table roles for screen readers. Mike's advice is absolutely invaluable for creating inclusive email communications that reach all audience members effectively.
This is well documented. There's loads of great articles online in terms of how to get this right. But what you want to be doing is you want to make sure your HTML, your meta, and your title tags are right. So get them right in the template, get them set up, and you're good to go. That's one thing that you can just set and forget. Make sure you're setting your table roles. So every table you've got, if it's not used to present data, put a role of presentation on it. So therefore, screen readers know it's not a data table. That improves the journey a million times. And this is another one that actually coexists with one of my points previously, is that if you've got a designer that is designing with headers and subheadings, if you're a developer, you can marry that up with the appropriate heading tags. And as you're using screen readers to navigate content, this is one of the big wins for me in terms of making sure you're using the appropriate headings, just like you would on websites, and looking at it from your H tags and your paragraph tags. being able to navigate that is the key way of improving journeys for screen readers and accessible technology.
Nicholas Greatrex has a wealth of insights on evolving customer behaviors and email strategies. He explains how loyal customers often engage with content multiple times before purchasing.
Actually, we don't need to go down the full clienteling route. We can get a lot of that same behaviors through the CRM strategy. And it's made us think really differently about not only how we communicate through email, but also how we're communicating through the website, so that the messages aren't trying to push such a linear journey anymore. The measurements also are no longer about click-through rates. I talk about revenue per email sent. This is something that we look at. But even beyond that, our most loyal customers will visit the website 5 times before they buy, which is not great for our conversion rates because they're making 5 separate visits, but it shows a distinct behavioral difference between a brand new customer who, if they are going to visit, or they are going to purchase, they'll visit twice. So the more loyal you get, the more times you're engaging with the content. And the online's a good example because we can measure those five sessions, those 5 visits into that before they convert. But the same kind of behavior is happening through email and CRM. They're absorbing that content. They're seeing what's coming in. They're looking for something that's new, and they're coming back time again. And it's just making sure that we're there ready for them when they're ready to buy. We think the same kind of approach is there for the store customer too.
Continuing with the loyalty theme, we hear from Adam Perslow on customer loyalty programs and their impact on email marketing. Adam emphasizes the importance of clear communication about the value proposition of these programs.
I think we'll look at what people are doing in the marketplace, they'll look at what other businesses are doing in the marketplace and make assumptions. So unless you are extremely clear about the added value that your program brings, you become part of this generalization of loyalty. So is it points or is it something for free? Unless you explicitly tell people, unless you make it very, very clear within your program, then there's an assumption of what somebody's going to get. And they get very upset if that's not the case. You know, for example, myself, I think I've been around loyalty for that long. I won't go to a venue if I can't get points, or if there's something that I can't do, whether it's American Express points or whether it's, loyalty points. There's a lot of people that are like that these days. And I think we've seen some great examples where people have changed systems, they've changed what they do. It makes life very, very difficult for businesses. But unless you explain exactly what you do, I think people will make an assumption. And if that assumption that they've made is incorrect, then it can give a really negative experience.
Laura Christensen discusses the evolution of email metrics, especially in light of privacy changes like Mail Privacy Protection, MPP. She advocates for a more holistic approach to measuring email effectiveness.
I would say MPP opens still have value, just not in the traditional way that opens provided value for senders historically. So the act of firing the email tracking pixels is going to show us that the emails were delivered to the inbox and that they were sent to valid addresses and not spam or junk. You can also still look at opens from non-Apple Mail users, and I really recommend creating almost a hierarchy of engagement metrics. So factoring in things like your click-through rate, your unsubscribe rate, conversions, all of those additional metrics together are going to give you more of a clear picture versus kind of that ultimate reliance that we've had historically on just the open rate.
Florian Fiedeke has cautionary guidance about the importance of implementing DMARC correctly. That's domain-based message authentication, reporting, and conformance, and a big news story this year. He emphasizes the importance of monitoring DMARC reports, warning that setting strict policies without proper oversight can lead to missed emails and communication breakdowns.
What I see relatively often is that people are setting DMARC with a strict policy without ever monitoring the reports. And that's, dangerous in one sense. And people are missing emails. They don't know how, they don't know why they are maybe losing email. And the reason why they are doing is that they have heard it's about security or it's a good advice to do that. And in the end, I think that's our job to help them to do it. Yes, that's correct, but do it in the right way.
Marcel Becker offers key insights on email deliverability, especially in the context of Yahoo's and Gmail's new anti-spam measures this year. He explains the importance of maintaining low complaint rates.
We always deferred email if you were exceeding certain thresholds. We blocked or rejected your traffic if you continue to exceed these thresholds, right? That's just simply how anti-spam works, how our anti-spam filters work. If our users are telling us that that specific sender, DKIM domain, IP address, whatever, is constantly sending emails they do not want, we will start blocking you. That's not new. The only new thing now is that we put the number out there. And as I said last time, if you are hovering around that number today, even without any enforcement, you already have issues sending your emails. So none of that is new. And yes, you should not think, oh, if I stay below 0.29%, I'm good. No, you're not. You're as bad as 0.3%. And you should really, really try to get much lower. Because the good senders, and that's the majority of the senders we see, they are way below 0.1%. And the average across all emails is way, way, way below that.
In our final segment, Eric Stell offers a balanced perspective on the current state of AI in email marketing and cautions against over-reliance on AI.
I think right now, generative AI is at a point where I always tell everyone not to worry about AI until you start to go to like a Mid-Journey or some sort of image generation, and it generates fingers correctly. Because sometimes it has problems with the small details. And that's why when you use AI for formatting collateral or writing a letter or doing anything else that AI does, it still requires proofreading for things like nuance and also just cohesion, because it can get the facts right. Just because you can recite every medical term for the part of the body doesn't mean you know how to do surgery.
Thanks for joining us on this special episode of Email After Hours. We hope you've gained some fresh and valuable insights from our awesome guests. We love email marketing because it's so dynamic, which is great, but it does mean constant learning and adaptation. Whether you're fine-tuning your deliverability, improving your email accessibility, or exploring the potential of AI in your programs, there's always room for growth and innovation. Until next time, keep your feet on the ground and reach for the stars as you continue pushing the boundaries of what's possible in email marketing. This is Guy Hansen, signing off from Email After Hours. Be sure to tune in next time and hit subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. And don't forget to visit senderscore.com for loads more great resources to help you become a stronger sender.
To all you sleepless senders out there, thank you for joining us after hours, and see you next time.